Greetings, my audience. Season's greetings. I'm Jake. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I will be reviewing this movie that I'm 90% sure is supposed to be a comedy. Intentionally funny. Pretty confident. So, I'll be removing, I meant to say reviewing, Titanic 1997 starring Leonardo DiCaprio. I thought this was funny of a movie, to be honest. I thought it was kind of like similar to that comedy, The Human Centipede 2 second sequence, extended cut, and theatrical cut of that movie. I've seen both cuts of the film, of the entire trilogy, Human Centipede. But that's for another video. The point is, the Human Centipede 2 final sequence, second sequence, I mean. Let's just call it the Human Centipede 2. In the Human Centipede 2, there's this part where this guy, that's the main psychotic character of the plot of the movie, that creates a human centipede, then injects the human centipede in each member of the victims of the human centipede in with the ass with laxatives. And makes them go. And the psychotic decides to ejaculate while this is happening to the victims of the human centipede. He jerks off to the victims that become victim to the human centipede. Now, in case you don't know, the human centipede concept is basically, you know, there's three of them victims he needed for the original killer, psychotic character of the human centipede. And the first, there's a lot more victims to create the human centipede that's basically longer. So, this basically came from the idea of the first one where the face on the other one's ass. Grown person. And so, they have to feed off each other. Bowels. Yes, that's disgusting as it sounds. In execution on screen. But somehow it makes it a funny movie. Like South Park humor. The Human Centipede feels like the original two. You know? Feels like very in line with that South Park humor, mean-spirited humor. By the way, the South Park genius creators decided to poke fun of the Human Centipedes franchise by doing their version of the Human Centipede. And it was shit funny. And so, you know that part in the Human Centipede where in the first one he's treating the thing like a dog? And also, like, the top it was the part where, like, the guy jerks off to the human centipede when the bowels are exploding out of the ass cheeks of the rear end of the human centipede. And the guy's basically ejaculating to all of the bowels. Because he has to... I guess he has a fetish for it. The whole masterpiece he's created of his freakish fetish. That's what the Human Centipede 2 is. In a nutshell, the spoiler of the plot of that one. And spoiling the plot of the first one. What does this have to do with Titanic? Well, they're both on the same level of cinema quality. Low class. But I give it, so that's why I give Titanic 6 points out of 10 points. It's the great kind of low cast like the Grown-Ups movies with Adam Sandler. I hear he's making a Grown-Ups 3 in production. Good luck with that, if that happens. But I could get canceled like anything else now these days with movies. You never know what happens. I thought it was funny, like the Passion of the Christ. You know how the ending like should have ended with. You know how the Passion of Christ didn't end with the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, but ended up with setting for a sequel after Jesus rises from the dead and sets up for a sequel. It's sequel begging you to say, pay money for my Mel Gibson sequel, The Passion of the Christ. For $2.95. I thought it was funny how Jack compare no, not Jack. Rose is an old cunt that throws away everyone's retirement money into the bottom of the ocean. So they can't actually make a fortune off of their retirement and go home with their loved ones and friends and retire early. So they have to keep on looking for that retirement money because Rose, the old bag, threw it over the seas. Throw it overboard. If I saw Rose did that to me, I would say, go fish after it, Rose, as I push the old broad over the boat. And I would do that in a heartbeat, instantly. Then I would say, go fish, and even if she begged me to save her, I wouldn't save her unless she go fishes after the fucking necklace. That's the necklace called the Heart of the Sea. It's a necklace antique that was worth a fortune. Enough for everyone on that hard-working explorer boat to have retirement money. But who wants to go home? Well, they can just fuck them. They can just search for more retirement money overseas for the rest of their days and never retire. What a funny movie. It was also funny when Rose compared her life to being on a boat like Titanic and being with her uptight loved ones and her ex and her fiance and blah blah blah. She's all depressed and shit, and comparing her life to being a slave. Oh yeah, sure. Tell us about your slave days. Give us a history about Black Lives Matter from a white chick speech. Rose is a white chick, so I don't understand how can she compare herself to a slave just because she was all depressed, because she feels all misunderstood and alone. Boo hoo hoo. She's not a slave, you fucking idiot, whoever wrote that in the script, but that was funny. It was also funny when she says to Jack when they're about to perish to their doom while the Titanic's drowning, she says, "Jack, this is where we first met." Oh, she's nostalgia. How is Jack still in love with this psychotic broad? If I were Jack, I would say, Rose, you're fucking insane. If I was Jack, that's what I would say. If she ever, the fact that Rose never got that comment saying she's delusional, insane bitch, is kind of telling me that, it's kind of making sense why Jack died at the end and Rose never let him on the boat. Because let's be honest, the two-person could have fit on that boat. If she just scooches over a fat ass that she's clogging the whole boat on, that she doesn't need half, she only needs half of the boat of the life raft. But Jax is like giving a wholesome speech about how much he loves her and that she's going to grow old and die and have many kids and blah 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 blah. Somehow he's managed to dare delivering this in perfect speech pattern dialogue where we the audience can completely understand every single dialogue he's saying because it doesn't sound like he's freezing his nuts off. Why does he not sound like he's freezing his nuts off? I mean, wouldn't that make it wouldn't it be more believable when he died? The fact that he's freezing his nuts off when he's talking, or the fact he's just like not that he's. I mean, this would make more sense. Shouting, setting up his death demise. I'm just saying the fact that he doesn't shiver and he's like talking complete perfect language while freezing to death, it's kind of funny how it was shot. The whole final scene of Death of Jack. The death of Jack. Funny scene. This movie was fucking stupid fun. Like Grown Ups 2 or Grown Ups. The first two Grown Ups movie with Adam Sandler. It's like the weaker Adam Sandler movies. Not bad, but not bad. Not good, but it could have been a lot worse. Or better. Is why I give it 6 points out of 10 points, Titanic. And honestly, I think the My Heart Will Go On song is a little, it feels like it's just, I'm gonna say, Celine's My Heart Will Go On is like, what's the word? Forgettable more than the movie that you watch. Because it's not the same level of low class tasteless entertainment. Comedy gold. That's why I give it 6 points out of 10 points. Titanic. If you are curious, watch this video. Go ahead and watch it. It'll be funny to watch. You'll have a good laugh. And experience something new. Titanic. The comedy long movie around 3 hours long. I found this movie kind of funny. Very funny. Quirky movie. Corny, to say. Goodbye. Subscribe. Like this video. Bye.